Physiologist reveals 4 exercises every man over 60 should do for stronger erections and better sex. Advice for older gentlemen. If you're waking up over 60 without your usual morning salute, it's not just aging, my friend. It's your body flashing a warning light. As a urologist who's walked with thousands of men through this exact issue, let me say this clearly. Lack of morning erections is often your body's way of whispering, hey, something's not quite right. This isn't just about intimacy. It's about vitality, circulation, even heart health. Erectile dysfunction isn't a solo problem. It's often a red flag for deeper issues, sluggish blood flow, weakened pelvic muscles, or silent vascular changes that could be stealing your energy and confidence. But here's the good news. Most of this is reversible. I'm Dr. Jonathan Prescott. I've spent over 3 decades helping men in their 60s, 70s, even 80s rebuild sexual strength without being chained to a prescription bottle. With a few smart, science-backed habits, we can get those systems running again naturally. Today, I'll walk you through 4 specific exercises. These aren't fads or gimmicks. They're rooted in urological science and real results. One in particular, most guys have never heard of it. Let's get right into it. And hey, if this video brings you value, leave a 1 in the comments. It helps me tailor the next one just for you. Exercise 1, pelvic floor activation, Kegels for men. Let me tell you a story I'll never forget. A 67-year-old gentleman, recently retired, married for over 4 decades, walked into my clinic with shoulders slumped and eyes downcast. He said, "Doc, I still love my wife, but I just don't feel like a man anymore." His words were quiet, but the pain behind them was loud. Erections had been fading for years, and now gone. Pills didn't help. He felt defeated. 8 weeks later, that same man came back smiling, really smiling. "Doctor," he said, "I feel alive again." So what changed? Not a pill, not a surgery. A simple daily habit I prescribed. Pelvic floor activation, what some people call Kegels for men. Most folks think Kegels are just for women recovering after childbirth, but that's a myth. For men, especially those over 60, Kegels are one of the most powerful natural tools to restore sexual function. Why? Because the pelvic floor muscles act like the bodyguards of your erection. When strong, they hold blood in the penis, keeping it firm. When weak, blood slips away and the erection fades. And here's the kicker. Most men have never trained these muscles. But once they do, everything changes. Here's exactly how to do it. Get into position. Sit or lie down in a quiet space. You don't need a gym or special equipment, just your attention. Identify the right muscle. Imagine you're trying to stop urination midstream. That internal squeeze, that's your pelvic floor. Be selective. Make sure you're not clenching your abs, butt, or thighs, just that deep inner muscle. Place a hand on your belly to make sure it's still. Contract and release. Squeeze and hold for 5 seconds, then relax for 5 seconds. Repeat 10 times and aim to do this 3 times a day, morning, afternoon, and evening. After about 2 weeks, you can build up to 7 or even 10-second holds. Just like lifting weights strengthens your arms, this strengthens your sexual foundation. What can you expect? Stronger, longer-lasting erections, better control during sex, even more satisfying climaxes, and an internal energy shift, like something's been reawakened. It's subtle but powerful. And here's the beauty. It doesn't depend on chemistry. It depends on you. This isn't about hoping your body works. It's about reclaiming control over it. And that, my friend, is something no pill on earth can give you. Now, if this exercise helps by strengthening muscles inside your body, just imagine what happens when we start stimulating the blood flow that feeds those erections. In the next method, I'll show you a technique hospitals use after prostate surgery, something that you can use right at home. And trust me, it might become your new habit. Exercise 2. Diaphragmatic breathing plus pelvic mobilization. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Breathing? Really, Doc? That's it? And yes, I get the skepticism. Breathing seems way too simple to be powerful. But let me tell you, in medicine, simple often means overlooked, and overlooked is where the damage hides. I once had a patient in his early 70s, fit, active, still sharp as a tack. But he sat across from me one day and confessed, "I just can't relax anymore. Even when I want to be close with my wife, my mind races, my body freezes. It's like the connection's gone." He wasn't broken, he was tense, stuck in chronic stress mode. And that, my friend, is a quiet erection killer. What he needed wasn't another prescription. What he needed was to learn how to breathe deeply. You see, as we age, our bodies tend to shift into a constant low-grade stress state. Shoulders stiff, breathing shallow, heart rate just a tick too high. And when this goes on for months or years, it does something dangerous. It shuts down your parasympathetic nervous system, the very system that controls sexual arousal and blood flow to your pelvis. Enter diaphragmatic breathing. Also known as belly breathing, this technique is like a master reset for your entire system. It activates the vagus nerve, drops cortisol, expands blood vessels, and increases oxygen-rich blood exactly where it's needed most, down there. How to do it? Find a calm spot. Sit or lie comfortably. Support your back. Drop your shoulders. Place your hands, one on your chest, the other on your belly. Inhale slowly through your nose for 4 seconds. Feel your belly, not your chest, rise. Hold the breath gently for 2 seconds. Exhale slowly through your mouth for 6 seconds. Feel your belly fall. That's 1 rep. Repeat this gentle rhythm for 5 to 10 minutes, ideally twice a day, once in the morning to set the tone, once in the evening to unwind. And here's a pro tip. If you feel anxious or disconnected during intimacy, take 2 minutes to breathe like this before. You'll feel it. Your partner will too. What does this actually do? Slows your heart rate, improves pelvic blood flow, calms performance anxiety, enhances your brain-body connection, and yes, makes erections come more naturally. One man told me, "It's like my body stopped fighting me. I can feel again." And I believe that's what every man deserves. Not just function, but freedom. Freedom from stress, freedom from pressure, freedom to be present. Now, if breathing alone can do that, wait until you try the next method. It involves a tool that literally pulls blood into your penis and retrains your system to perform like it used to. This one, hospitals use it for recovery, but you can use it at home. Let's talk about the vacuum pump. and why it might just become your most unexpected ally. Exercise 3. Penile vacuum pump therapy, aka blood flow re-education. All right, I'm just gonna say it. Yes, we talking about a pump. No, it's not a gimmick. And no, you don't need to feel embarrassed, not in front of me. Years ago, a man in his mid-60s walked into my clinic holding the instruction manual of a vacuum erection device like it was a ticking bomb. He squinted at me and said, "Doc, you want me to do what with this tube?" We both chuckled, but 2 months later, that same man came back with a new walk, a lifted chin, and a very confident grin. His exact words, "Doc, I'm getting real erections again, like years ago." This therapy is one of the most underused clinically supported methods we have. It's used in hospitals to help men recover after prostate surgery. But guess what? You don't need a hospital. You just need consistency and a bit of privacy. So, how does it work? The vacuum erection device, VED, uses gentle negative pressure, like a soft pull, to draw blood into the penis. That's it. But what happens next is key. The tissue expands, stretches, and oxygenates. Over time, this helps restore the elasticity and responsiveness of erectile tissue, especially if you've been dealing with years of reduced circulation due to aging, diabetes, or cardiovascular issues. How to use it properly. Choose a medical-grade pump, not a novelty store toy. Look for a model that's FDA approved, ideally with adjustable suction. Apply a small amount of lubricant around the base to form a seal. Insert the penis into the cylinder and press the base firmly against your body. Begin pumping slowly. You'll feel blood being drawn in. This is not about pleasure. It's about training your blood vessels. Once the penis is firm, maintain the vacuum for 10 to 15 minutes. Some men use a soft tension ring to hold the blood in place temporarily, but use it only with proper guidance. Start 3 times a week. You can increase frequency, but never exceed 30 minutes per session. More isn't better. Consistency is. Over several weeks, here's what many men report. Firmer, more reliable morning erections. Easier arousal with a partner. Greater sensitivity and response. A feeling of reconnection with their own bodies. This isn't a crutch, it's re-education. You're reminding your vascular system how to perform, how to feel and hold like it did decades ago. Now, combine this with the pelvic floor activation and diaphragmatic breathing from earlier, and you've got a synergy happening. Your muscles, nerves, and blood flow all working together. But we're not finished. There's one more technique. It's less known, even among doctors, but when used properly, it doesn't just improve function. It may actually improve length, curvature, and confidence. And don't worry, it's not surgical or risky. Ready? Let's dive into the surprising science of the penile extender protocol. Exercise 4, Penile Extender Protocol, the hidden power move for lasting change. I'll be honest, this is the part most men have never heard about. And when they do, their first reaction is usually, "Wait, you want me to wear what?" I had one patient, 68 years old, a straight shooter type. He said, "Doc, I don't just want to function again. I want to feel like myself, like the man I used to be." He wasn't chasing fantasy, he was chasing wholeness. And so I introduced him to something he'd never imagined, the penile extender. 3 months later, he came back with this quiet pride in his voice. "It's working. I didn't think it could at my age, but it is." This device works on a concept we use in physical therapy, orthopedics, and post-surgical recovery: gentle traction. Applied to the penis over time, this traction triggers the body's natural response: cellular regeneration, new blood vessel formation, and enhanced tissue elasticity. In other words, you're helping the body rebuild from the inside out. Here's how it works. Invest in a high-quality extender, not a knockoff from a questionable website. You want something adjustable, comfortable, and clinically reviewed. Fit it gently while flaccid. The device should feel snug but not painful. You're aiming for a light stretch, not a medieval torture device. Start slow. Wear it for 30 to 60 minutes a day during the first week. Gradually increase usage to 1 to 2 hours daily over the course of several weeks. Stick with it for at least 3 to 6 months. This is a marathon, not a sprint. And let's be real, this isn't about becoming someone you're not. It's about restoring what time and tension have quietly worn down. The tissue becomes more responsive. Erections come more naturally. Some men even report increased length and improved curvature, not for show, but for function. Here's what's even more surprising. This method doesn't just help with blood flow. It helps with performance anxiety, body image confidence, and even the mental shift from doubt to control. Think of it like this. Exercise number 1 gives you the muscular strength. Exercise number 2 resets your nervous system. Exercise 3 trains your vascular system. And this one, it retrains the tissue itself. The results don't come overnight, but they do come with patience, discipline, and a bit of belief in what your body is still capable of. And trust me, I've seen it over and over again. Men who felt written off by time, reclaiming their vitality, not with pills, not with surgery, but with steady, smart, focused effort. And now, you're almost there. You've got the 4 pillars. But before we wrap up, let me help you put all of this together into one simple daily plan. Plus, I've got one final 7-second daily habit that can boost everything you've learned faster than anything else I've seen. Let's finish strong. Final thoughts. Reclaiming your strength. After more than 30 years working with men just like you, I can say this with certainty. The most powerful transformations don't happen with a prescription pad or a procedure. They happen in quiet, consistent moments, when a man decides, I'm not done yet. You've just discovered 4 tools that can radically shift how you experience intimacy, confidence, and connection in this stage of life. Let's recap. Pelvic floor activation, the foundation. You're strengthening the very muscles that hold the blood in your erection. Diaphragmatic breathing, the switch. It calms your nervous system and opens the vascular floodgates. Vacuum pump therapy, the trainer. It re-educates your blood vessels and wakes up dormant tissue. Penile extender protocol, the long game. It improves tissue health, sensitivity, and even self-image over time. Now, I know it's a lot. New habits, new tools, new mindset. But I'll tell you something I've learned after treating thousands of men. The men over 60, they're some of the most resilient, committed, and capable I've ever met. Once you understand why something matters, you do the work. And that's when change begins. This isn't about chasing your youth. It's about reclaiming the strength, pride, and connection that still belongs to you. And here's a bonus I promised. Try this 7-second daily habit to accelerate everything you've just learned. Visualize success. Each morning before you get out of bed, Close your eyes and visualize your body working exactly the way you want it to. Not with desperation, with calm certainty. Feel the energy returning, the strength rebuilding, the man inside standing tall. It may sound silly, but I've seen this mental habit retrain motivation, build confidence, and keep men showing up for themselves. Because that's what this is all about. You're not just hoping your body will perform, you're teaching it. You're leading it with intention, care, and wisdom earned through a life fully lived. So if you found even one part of this video helpful, I ask you, subscribe. Share it with a friend or brother who needs this conversation. And if you're comfortable, drop a 1 in the comments to let me know you're taking that first step. You're not alone. You're not broken. You're not past your prime. You're a man who still has something to give, and someone who's worth receiving it. Let's keep walking this journey together, because the best chapters aren't always the early ones. Sometimes they come after 60. Dr. Jonathan Prescott.